One thing we did try and set up, and we went back after the fact to try and make sure that this would work, is that if the master document, the pool association documents, it's conceivable those could pass and nobody would want to merge. And you would have a lot of surplusage in there, but it would be a lot better as documents for the pool association than what you have now. So that is conceivable, and if somebody says, I'm going to vote against this, I don't want to be any part of it, I would still urge you to think about updating your pool association documents, and you can do it.
So voting yes on the first question.
Yes on the first question, and updating those documents. And whether even if you decide not to merge your association in, that will also be showing support for the fact that nothing personal to the other people who do want to merge in, and preserve your option in the future of perhaps doing it. If nobody merges, that altogether fails. Well, then there'll be a strategy session probably the next day of, well, now what do we do, and how do we do it? It is conceivable you could get several buildings to merge with each other and have it be separate from the pool association. You know, there's a loss of integrity to the process and a complication that comes with that. But certainly it could be done, and large parts of this could be salvaged in that regard. It would have to be different documents, but there's a good basis here for a cut and paste to make that happen if that scenario was to develop.
If no buildings merge, then at what point does the pool association stop doing all the services that we're doing now that we don't have the authority to do?
Is it tell them what you're going to do, tell them when you're doing it, and then afterwards tell them what you've already done. How long does that take to get people, to give them an opportunity to set up their own operations and practices and come up to speed? The date that I've put out there is end of the year because you operate on a calendar year basis as an organization, and it makes sense that if you're going to make a change to have it be calendar year so you don't get straddling these odd things out there. But if it's not going to make it, I think that the board is going to have to be advising, you know, these are the dates when these things are going to expire. It might not be a moment in time. It might be we're not going to renew the insurance contract, but we'll leave it in place for a while and hope for the best. Or, you know, we're going to notify the landscaper. You know, there will be an evolution. It needs to be a fairly short period of time, but whether that's 30 or 60 days, whatever that might be, you set the timing, and then other people will have to respond. And the goal is give them enough time to make it work, but don't give them more than that, because the longer it goes on, the more sort of peril there remains, because you don't have the authority to act.
I've got a question that's